Hi, the Irate female veteran, piggybacking off of the Irate veteran slash VA madness on YouTube, watches videos for help on filing for VA disability. They're incredible. There is a lot of awesome videos out there. I keep preaching that, but I think it's so important to say watch these videos because they can make a difference between percentages, getting disability, not getting disability, etc., etc. I'm going to touch on a subject right now about filing for PTSD. I am a people person, and I've had a lot of conversations with veterans who um, feel like they really don't have PTSD. And I'm going to obviously not say names, but I met two gentlemen that as soon as I met them and they said a couple of words or acted a certain way, I was like, something's not right here. And then they go into their stories, and I said, boy, you sound like you've got some PTSD. Now, I'm not a doctor, but what I have heard back from these men, one was, well, I just haven't got around to it yet for filing, big mistake. And the other one was, well, I wasn't really in combat. I was in the zone, but not officially like firing away at somebody. Um, I'm not a combat PTSD person, but I said, oh my goodness gracious, you were in the zone. But quite frankly, I don't know how anybody can come out of any combat being actually shooting that kind of combat or in the zone, come back and be normal. I don't know how that's possible, but so they were both guys, and I know this is harder for men because believe me, these aren't the only two that I've met that won't file for combat PTSD. Um, but I would say to them things like, if you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for your children. And I can't speak to all the VA benefits, but I believe if you get a certain rating, you could have some college benefits for your children or for your spouse. There just are so many benefits attached to it that um, why wouldn't you? And I also feel this: we served in the military. At any point that we served in the military, and I have never gone to combat. I have not been in combat, but at any point that I was serving in the military, and most of my time was Army Reserves, um, I could have been called up. I could have been called up to a war. I could have lost a limb. I could have become handicapped. I could have died. So, so that's kind of number one. We served, and um, don't make light of that. When you look at the population in the United States, there's my cat. When you look at the population in the United States, they say that only 1% have served in the military. And that's a very small percent. It's kind of hard wrapping your head around that. I had a job where I had to do some research, and this puts it in a better perspective. There are more people that work at Walmart than serve in the military. So that kind of gives you maybe a better idea. We are the elite. And we need to stand on that and be proud of that. And if we have the opportunity to apply for a disability and, we got our pride and we don't want to do it because believe me, I've been there too. Oh, well, I really shouldn't do that. And no, I might take away from somebody else. And come on, you served, you've got some problems, you need some help, apply for the disability. You can always pull the paperwork out later and say, oh, I'm not disabled. But you know what? At least take that first step. Go to your VA center, get the help, obviously, for whatever it is going on inside of you. Get the help and also apply for the disability. And I'm going to touch on something on a previous video. I had encouraged people to go into the inpatient program. Maybe the rules have changed now, but I definitely want to bring this one up. Before you go into that program, you need to have applied for military sexual trauma or combat PTSD before you go into those inpatient programs. And there's reasons why I'm saying that. And again, the rules may change by the time this video gets posted, but there was one girl and myself who had not applied for VA disability because there are some benefits that could be attached to that. And I'm going to just leave it at that. Do your research. Those programs are not about filing for VA disability. When you enter into the program, it's hands off on your VA disability claim because that's not their focus. Their focus is to get you past your combat or military sexual trauma PTSD. Again, however, you don't want to be in that program and find out there might be some little perks to it, VA disability wise, that you can't get because you did not file for VA disability. And I'll leave it at that. Do your research. There may be different things on the 4-week and the 8-week program. Can't answer that. Do your research. Know what you're doing before you go into these programs, and be sure that you are, let's just say, covered. Okay. Have a great day. The Irate Female Veteran. Thank you.